Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are talking about why coaching is so expensive. And I'm super excited to talk about this topic. I haven't brought it up on my page at all, and I think it's a conversation that needs to be had. So let's dig in. First off, just a couple of side notes. One, obviously, expensive is a relative term. Some people hear my prices and they don't bat an eye, just where can I sign? And other people, like, practically faint in their chair and insist that they could never pay for something like this. So there is a wide range of reaction, but for the most part, most people will agree, or at least have the thought that this is an expensive thing. Coaching is an expensive thing, and I might even agree, personally myself, coaching is expensive, and I think there are really good reasons why. But another side note is just there are multiple things in our lives that are expensive and that we may not even have money for, that we buy anyway because of how much they will impact our lives. College education is one, cars, homes. Oftentimes we take out loans. We get very creative about how to find the money or borrow the money for these things because of how they will change everything that comes after them in our lives. And I would actually make the argument that coaching is one of those things. It is not something that a lot of people have experienced, that a lot of people have witnessed the results of coaching, and therefore it can be kind of a hard sell to get somebody to believe that it is really that necessary or that beneficial to them to spend this money now, especially if they haven't planned for it, because rarely has anyone ever put coaching in their budget until they've experienced it. So that first experience with coaching can be very difficult to get to. The real reason that coaching is so expensive often is that it is so incredibly valuable. It has nothing to do with the time and energy I put into it. What it has to do with is the result and how much that result matters, how valuable that result is. So money is always just an exchange of value. What will this do for me? And what I do for clients is not solve whatever one or two problems or, 10, 20 problems that they present to me. Even just doing that would have a strong impact on your life. Take, for example, a lot of my clients are ADHD and have trouble doing their chores at home, keeping their home organized. Even if I just help them do their basic household chores consistently, what that might mean for them, the ripple effect of that might be a happier marriage, more time connecting with friends because they invite them to their homes more often, a stronger sense of confidence, maybe the space to work out or the time to work out, a feeling of feeling more organized and focused in their house because there's less clutter around or less mental to-do lists bogging down their thinking. So there could be a lot of really different, really strong and valuable effects from just solving one simple problem. But that's not exactly what I do as a coach. I do really two main things as a coach, and one of them is help my clients become aware of the why behind their problems. The way that we do one thing in our lives is often the way that we do everything else. So the reason that one thing is a problem, whatever thoughts and habits are causing that one thing to be a problem, I guarantee are showing up in other areas of your life and causing problems there as well. So when you finally are able to pin down why it is that you're not implementing the strategies why it is you're not solving the problem that is causing so much strife for you, why it is that you just won't do whatever it is that you're supposed to, or just won't stop whatever it is you're supposed to not do. When I help you figure that out, that's huge. From there, you can actually solve the true problem, right? The problem is never the problem. The problem is something behind it. If you knew the problem, you would already be on your way to solving it. Most of us don't. So I help you figure that out first. And then the second thing, which is so huge, is that I help my clients build the skills that they need to solve not only that problem for them, but every problem that they have for the rest of their lives. The skills that I teach are repeatable. They are they can be put into a structure and a routine that someone can use for the rest of their lives, achieve any goal that they set their minds on for the rest of their lives. achieve any kind of emotional feeling, relationships, like the applications are endless, and they truly, a price tag cannot really be put on them. For somebody who comes to me fully committed, takes in what I offer, what I teach, and applies that, which, by the way, I work on how to apply because that's hard for a lot of us. I think that the prices of my coaching, when you look at it in that way, are dirt cheap, because I really do think that it impacts us for the rest of our lives. And that's what I've seen from the coaching that I've participated in. Just another little side note, I kind of mentioned commitment and 100% committing. What a lot of us have done with the strategies that we've tried to implement for a very long time, we have been forming the habit of committing and then not committing. Like, we don't commit all the way through. One of the reasons is that the stakes are never very high. A high cost equals a high commitment. You have to really be ready to go all in on yourselves. And while I think that can be ineffective sometimes, I know a lot of people will pay for a gym membership thinking that will get them to go, that they've spent the money. Well, the money's gone. You're not getting it back. So with ADHD, a lot of us just go, well, whatever, it's gone now, and I don't want to be uncomfortable now on top of the money being spent. But what I offer to my clients is a money back guarantee if you have done all the work. If you've done all the work and it did not change your life in a radical way, I will give you your money back. No questions asked. So that is an incredibly strong reason to go all in on the work that we're doing, to complete the assignments, to show up for calls, because you know that if this was just another thing that didn't work, that money gets to come back to you. So that is something that I do for my clients. There are additional reasons that coaching is expensive, but those are the ones that I think matter to the individual. That's what matters to me as a purchaser of coaching, that this will change my life so much that it's worth the money. If you have questions about this, please continue the conversation with me. I am open to any kind of questions. I don't talk about my prices ahead of time. I don't display them. I talk about them on calls after I've gotten to know potential clients. And I'm going to do a video on why that is. It is a decision that I think makes some people very uncomfortable. It seems like a shady move to them, or like I'm going to try to talk them into coaching or sell hard on them. And that's not why I do that. I do that from a very client-focused place for my potential clients, not for me, or so that I have some kind of an ability to spring something on people. So I'm going to explain that a little bit more if you're interested later. Let me know if you have questions. And if you are interested in coaching, the first step would just be to have a conversation with me to get to know each other and the problems that you have and how coaching could help you.